Today I'm making this video to actually talk about the connection with anxiety and caffeine. Whether it's caffeine, it's weed, it's some any other drug. There are many things that people say, some shitty YouTubers say. They said that that drug is causing you caffeine is causing you sorry, the drug is not causing, drug is causing you anxiety, weed is causing you anxiety, and the other drugs are just causing you anxiety. I don't know the really science behind it because it can be true, it cannot be true. But what I want to say is that I have been dealing with anxiety since my childhood. I had childhood anxiety because when I just recall my childhood, I still had anxiety. I knew that I was so fearful in school, I was fearful in my college, in my universities, and even on my job, I was just had anxiety. But in my childhood, I still had a lot of anxiety. I had so anxiety that I can tell you, I have a lot of symptoms. And yeah, I was the people say there's some caffeine free. YouTubers say that it is just because you were taking caffeine. So my point is that when you're in anxiety, your brain is so much sensitized, and when you are sensitized, your brain is sensitive to everything, even the comments, the people who try to bully you, who try to say negative stuff about you, you become sensitized to it. Even if they say something good about you, you become sensitized to it. You when you eat junk food, you take sugar, you become sensitive to it. Everything is just sensitive, and you're just sensitive to everything, if that makes sense. Like in my anxiety, I was just like, if I would just take sugar, I would just have a really boost, and then after that I will crash even from sugar, not just because of caffeine. Then junk food made me feel really better, and then after the junk food is finished, after some time I will feel again depressed. It's like pleasure and pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure, pain, this type of like cycle. And the cycle was just repeating. So people when say that it is just because of caffeine, I say that caffeine is a drug, there's no doubt about it. Because the main culprit and the main reason that you get so much addicted to caffeine and so much addicted to other stuff is that your mental health issues. You have mental health issues, you don't have like a solid mental health like people have. Um, and that's why you blame caffeine for your anxiety. But it can be your childhood traumas. There's something bad has been happened to you in your childhood, or they can be genetically, because I know that in my parents they were patients of anxiety, they were taking medicine. So it's obvious that I would have symptoms of anxiety even if there's nothing wrong in my childhood. But still I have suffered a lot of issues in my childhood. I was like traumatized many times. Like I had a car accident, like I was just 5 years old and a car hit me. And you can say that I had developed PTSD and some certain type of. Then I was like, I was hit in the school by some guys, and I had plenty of issues that you can say that I had almost near death experiences even when I was like 6 to 7 years old. So, and then I saw a dead body of a guy when I was like 7 years old, where his body was totally crushed by a car just passing over him, and it was at the time night. It also gave me so much trauma. So you can say there were many things that can contribute to anxiety. So what people say is that they solely gave all the blame especially to caffeine. And I say that it is so bad if you join these support groups, because recently I just left that group because that was a so-called caffeine free group. And even if you start really want to help others to see the real issue, that why they're having so much anxiety, they will just say that you don't need to talk about that because we have guidelines. Shut the fuck up with your guidelines. You may have guidelines, but people have really serious issues with their life. You need to address these issues. I'm not saying that it's not just because of the caffeine or any drug, but there can be many issues. Drugs are drugs, I'm not advocating them. I'm like near to 4 years of caffeine free. I don't take caffeine because I certainly don't like being a prisoner to a drug. I don't need, I don't want to have a quick fix and then do. I just want stable energy, stable mood. I don't want the highs like on caffeine. I was like high, give me some highs, and then I will be okay after that. I don't want to be dependent for my mood, for my thoughts to be a slave of that substance. So that's why I will never even take caffeine. That was surely for me. But just blaming caffeine for the anxiety, I think this is the wrong. If you want to uncover the real reason behind your anxiety, or if you're just playing caffeine free game, or if you are playing drug free game, or you really want to diagnose your anxiety, they are two different things. You can connect caffeine for all your anxiety system, you can blame caffeine for all the problems you are having in your life. I know that I have been working on job, and it is really difficult, like, to go on job where all the other guys are taking just caffeine, and you say that, oh, I just don't take caffeine. But now at this point, I don't even feel like that. I feel okay. I even feel like a vampire. I feel superior. Like, I'm not addicted to any substance, and the other people are having headaches, and they're having so much issues because they're addicted to a substance, especially the caffeine. Okay, so these are my points, and I will never go back on caffeine. But the main thing that just irritates my mind so much is that you can't even take a chocolate, because I remember even from my childhood I was eating a lot of chocolate. And to be honest, I'm not addicted to caffeine. I don't miss caffeine, but yeah, I really miss like the taste of the chocolate. And yeah, even in my dreams, like today, I'm making this video because I had a dream last night that I was eating chocolate. So I don't say that I crave chocolate or I miss chocolate, or if someone eats chocolate in front of me, I do really want to eat chocolate. No, no, these things does not happen. That's It's a mind irritation. Like when you are on different things, you're quitting some things. I think that when you just quit something, it just you just also gave that quitting a power, and that you also create a different thing. Like I have created that. I have quitted caffeine. I don't take caffeine, but I also gave this belief so much power. So when I have given this belief so much power, it will gonna bounce back to me on any points of my life. This happens to the people who quit drugs. But yeah, anxiety makes your brain so much sensitive. You get panic attacks, you get panic disorders. No matter you have GAD or PTSD or panic disorder, whatever you have, you're gonna have this thing. And in anxiety, fully recommend. I'm sorry, not to take sodas, especially the caffeine sodas. Stay away from caffeine. Don't ever take caffeine, because what I'm gonna tell you is the real truth. Caffeine or weed or alcohol, they're gonna mask your anxiety symptoms. They're gonna mask your anxiety system. You will never know how harsh your anxiety is. When you quit these drugs, when you quit these sometimes substances, you're gonna know how bad your anxiety was. You're gonna face the real depression, the real anxiety, the real stuff that was going on in your mind. And then with years, with time as goes on, you will truly understand what your body is, how your body functions, and how it's gonna be cured. And with time, it just gets better, better, and better. And I totally like overcome the really, really bad symptoms of my anxiety. I was having so much running thoughts, so much running thoughts. I still get like hyperventilation, panic disorder symptoms now, like in the social situations, or when there's so much pressure on me, because I've been dealing with a lot of stress in my life right now. But I'm not of the mindset to stay covered, like you're gonna have panic just because you're having stress, and you just better to avoid stress and not do anything, because the male and the female lives are really different. And as male, we have to do the things. Even females have to do the things. I'm sorry, there's no gender indiscrimination. We both have to work to earn a living. And I think that it's better to avoid these kind of beliefs. And even if we get panic, we do have to work. We do have to face the things that we have to, because we have families to feed. We have work to done. And that is what I want you to say, because the degeneracy, the belief of the degeneracy, the belief of hiding is not the option. But yeah, anxiety makes you sometimes so much bad that you just don't even want to stay in your home. Like even now in my condition, I prefer to stay in my home after work, because I don't meet with my friends so much. I don't meet with anyone. There's can be particular reasons because your friends can be toxic, and there can be many reasons. But yeah, home is the best place to stay safe in anxiety, and you feel comfortable here. And everything is just threat to you. In anxiety, everything is just stress to you. But thank God I'm not having those like symptoms anymore. But yeah, it feels really good to on the others be on the other side. But I really wanted to make this video because when I try to help some people in the group, uh, people were saying that, oh no, no, it's all just because of the caffeine. But I think that they're so stupid. They don't know what really is causing them the anxiety, and they're just mixing too much caffeine with anxiety. So I hope this video helps. Give this video a like, subscribe, and always be grateful for what you have. Thanks.